No matter how hard we try, there's always going to be times where we don't get to go kayaking as much as we would like to, whether that's because the flows aren't good, or because we've got to go to work, or because we've got to go to school, or because we're injured, or because there's a global pandemic on and everyone's locked down and not allowed to do very much. There's unfortunately always going to be times where you don't get to spend as much time out on the water as you would like to. And I know how that feels, and I know how frustrating it is. And so here are a couple of things that kayakers can do when they can't go kayaking. Number one is to watch videos of kayaking. That's my favorite thing to do when I can't kayak myself, is to watch videos of other people kayaking. And we're in such a lucky position in the sport that there are so many great edits out there. I'm going to link a couple of my favorites in the description, and I would encourage anyone watching this video to link theirs in the comments below so that more people can check them out. You can learn so much just from watching videos, whether that's a tutorial or just a highlight reel or an episode of something. You can really begin to understand how certain people move the kayak around, and my recommendation would be to pick a kayaker that you view as being really good, and preferably someone that is a similar body shape or style to yourself, and just watch how they move the kayak around down rapids, and you can use that to then help yourself improve and figure things out on the water. I've lost so much time to scouting on Google Earth. That next river is out there somewhere just waiting for us to find it and kayak down it. And you'll be surprised sometimes what's lurking around the corner just in your local area or next to your local run. Once you get that top satellite view that Google Earth provides, you can find some surprises in those areas, and you'll be amazed at how many rivers are out there in the world. The world is chock full of rivers, and it's also a good learning tool for understanding what sort of rivers are made up of what sort of gradient. And my recommendation would be for you to take a river that you know really well, look up or calculate how much gradient that drops, and use that to base new rivers that you're finding on Google Earth on. And we'll do a whole video of how to scout successfully on Google Earth. It's an art form, some kayakers have it dialed. I'm still learning, but I hope to improve over the years and share with you guys what I'm learning, but we'll do a whole video of that in the future. Off-water training should never take priority over actually going kayaking, because the best way and the most enjoyable way to get better at kayaking is to actually go kayaking. But if you can't get out on the water, then doing some off-water training can only help you when you do get to go kayaking again. Without any fancy equipment or gym membership fees, in my opinion, the best bang for your buck is the pull-up, push-up, plank variation, running, and burpees. If you have bad knees, you could sub out running for skipping, but those are the movements that I feel give you the best benefits without having to pay a gym membership, and you can do them anywhere, whether you're on the road, at home, whether the gym's open or not. Stretching. Being more flexible in your kayak can only ever be a good thing. I honestly don't know enough about stretching to give recommendations here, but I will link the accounts that I follow for my stretching routines, and I normally try and do them about 2 or 3 times a week. And I think that Marr offers some stretching in his online courses, so I'll link them below. Planning trips. Eventually you're going to be able to go kayaking again. Where's the first place that you're going to head to, and who with? Outfitting your kayak. I am really bad at when I get a new kayak, I'm just excited to use it, and so I do a really quick hash job of outfitting it and just get it out on the water. And a couple weeks go by until I eventually have time where I'm not kayaking, and I sit down and do my outfitting properly. And every single time I'm like, oh, why didn't we do this earlier? This is so much better, you know, it's comfier, and I get more feedback from the kayak, the energy transfer is better, it just feels better in general. Sorting out your equipment, whether that's cleaning it, repairing it, borrowing some stuff, buying new stuff, whatever it is, make sure your equipment is ready to rock for when you do get back out on the water. And I'll tell you firsthand that with everything going on in the world right now, it takes much longer to get hold of the things you need to have a great day out on the water. Reading. There are so many good books out there, and some of them happen to be about kayaking. I wrote a blog post years ago for Palm about a couple of books that had an impact upon my own kayaking, and I'll link that below if you want to check it out. Off the top of my head, my favourite kayaking book is Henry Coetzee Living the Best Day Ever. I'll link that below as well. working on your breath hold. You're going to hear me talk about this more and more over the next few years, because I think it's one of the most overlooked aspects of being safe from the river, is being able to hold your breath longer in a dangerous situation and give your crew more time to help you out and rescue you before you start panicking and eventually losing consciousness. I did a video a few weeks ago about going freediving and learning all the things that sport has learned about holding your breath longer and trying to apply them to my own kayaking. And the cool thing is that you can download a free app to learn how to do it. It's best done lying down. It takes about 10-15 minutes max to do a training circuit, and you'll see your progress improve rapidly as you do it. For all kayakers, I recommend working on your CO2 tables rather than your O2 tables, and that's your tolerance to the buildup of CO2 in your lungs, which is what gives you that first initial uncomfortable feeling and urge to breathe. But there's more on it in that freediving video I made. I think that's everything I do when I can't go kayaking, but I still really want to go kayaking, and I need to feel like I'm doing kayaking related things to be happy. Hopefully that gives you guys some things to think about or to try or to do. If you have any suggestions of things that I can add to this list, please comment below. And yeah, much love to everyone that can't kayak right now for whatever reason. I know how frustrating that is, and I hope this video gives you guys some kayaking related things to do while you're off the water. And more than anything, I hope that you're all back in your kayak, out on the water soon, and hopefully I'll catch you out there.